All of this had been built in the very short while I was away. I was away for about 4 weeks, I believe, and they put this up very, very rapidly. This is going to be part an excuse. I'll try to keep it as straight as I'm able to on these roads, which aren't always even. All of this is going to be a huge gated community. I wonder where all these people will come from. They have been having tour buses coming in from Cancun and showing people some of the properties which you'll see further ahead, like their showcase homes that they show people to sell. So these are going for, I've heard, around $140,000. The smaller ones, you'll see there. I'm not sure if these are all going to be 2-story or there'll be some 1-story. Further up, the ones that are completed, you'll see there's both. But the 1-stories, which aren't much bigger than my place, are about 100,000, and that's more than twice what I paid. So I really don't think it's worth it. And also there's the, well, you're gated in, right? So all of this, they worked. I can't imagine all of this having been done. Look how far down they go. That was in less than a month. I think I mentioned I was gone for a month, but they did all of this in about 3 weeks. And there's a lot more than just this, as you see. And you see there's really not that much space between, if you look down there, between houses, and they're so pegged closely together. This fence here that you see will be a wall. And there'll be some kind of a security guard, and there'll be monthly fees on top of it, so a lot of extra expenses, I think. And I'll wait till I get up to, I'm not sure how clear. This will be a second gate here. If you can see in the background, way down there, there's even more all along there by the trees. Here too. In this part in the middle, there's going to be, I was told at first, an indoor and outdoor pool, but my neighbor who works there told me, no, there's just going to be the one. All of that was on the brochure that they had. There's a basketball court, and there's going to be a garden, a spa. They've already built some of the foundations, I guess is the word for it, or the case, the container for the stores. There'll be a coffee shop, a spa, a gym, I think a daycare. I'm not sure about that. They're catering mostly to retirees, right? Not entirely, but I think that's their target goal. So all of this will be fixed into a park and things like that, flowers, trees. You can see they've finished the basketball court. Not sure where the pool's going to be. Not that it matters for me, they won't be going there. And up here you'll see some of the finished products, and they put in a sidewalk, which I'll show you before it gets all walled in. Not that you haven't seen a sidewalk before, but so here's some of the newer, well, this is the workers' place where they can eat their lunch and so on, use washrooms for the present. And I think I've heard that will be an office later, which would make sense in the parking lot. So up here you'll see some of the finished products. That's a model home to go through. There's two of them. There's a 2-story and the 1-story. I think there's even two different plans for the two-story. So that's it, the model homes. It's more than one. You see they're pegged up directly against each other. And down here, you see one of the streets and a sign. I don't know if you can see it in the back there, to Parque. That will be the location, all that area of the park for them, people who live here. I can't imagine. I've been asking people how many of these houses they're putting up. It's several hundred. I don't know how they're going to find them. This is a poor woman from here who disappeared over New Year's. No one's seen or heard anything about her. She was 86 years old, I think. Here you'll see some of the other houses that no one lives in. There's a few down there, but some of those are just workers who park their cars there, or other people, suppliers and so on. And here's one. I don't know if they live here, but I know that they sell a lot of, you see down here, hot dogs and hamburgers to the workers. At least there's still the bush on the other side that we have, the forest, beautiful sky, heading towards the center. Looks like someone's here. There's curtains up in the windows at any rate. But sometimes that's done too, just to attract people. There aren't many people living here, I've witnessed and heard. There you get a little better view. There's a little space between there. Someone looks like they built a little storeroom there. There you get a little bit of an idea too, the extent of things. Here's the new sidewalk that was just put in. And there'll be a few, where I'm walking on here, is where they'll put the wall, the gate. And again, all of these went up. Not just the new ones I showed you that they're still working on, but these went up so quickly. It's incredible how quickly they went up. So again, you can see a little bit the narrow space between them down there. Pickup truck here. So here you can see all of these. I don't think any of these are sold yet. These are all brand new, just in the last few days, the paving. And if you look here, you see the stone gate. I think the wall is going to come up here and meet the stone gate, and there'll be some kind of a, I don't know, door or electric pass or something in there to get in. And here they are. So that's it. I'll just take you through the gate. And someone had asked me to do a video on expenses, and I said I think that if you know Nomadic, AF, NOMADIC, space, capital A, capital F, with Paul and Natasha, they did a really fantastic and thorough job, I think, on prices and relocating. And it's hard to say, right? Because it depends what you want, like your lifestyle, all of that. Some of that's obvious, isn't it? But then, yes, there is also price variances, and I'll make a video on that too. I tried to yesterday, but it was so windy and loud. So here we go through the little magic gate that will one day mark the entrance. And there we go. We're almost in the center of town now. Here. The water. 20 liters, 5 gallons for 11 pesos. Little bench to sit on. That was actually from the days of the combi. That used to be a combi pickup. No longer is, since the short bus just stops up here near the center. And down here, you can see one of the little side streets. Up there, if you look up, can you see the plane there? I'm only about 15 minutes from the airport in Merida. Some of the first palm trees. You'll notice that down there, further down, there aren't many palm trees. They don't know why. I've been asking people, and they don't know why either. They just didn't plant them, I guess. And they take a long time to grow too. So if people are planting things, they'd choose to plant other things, I think. I wonder if these are wild almonds. No, I don't think so. There were a lot of wild almonds here on the ground, everywhere. Thick as thieves. So we're coming up to the combi stop, up ahead, or the short bus stop, I should properly call it. Another side street. This is just a nice walk. I think it's about 2.2 kilometers, so if I do this every day, it's 4.4 kilometers. And I hadn't been able to. This is my first real walk since I've been sick. Still not 100% better, but I'm feeling better, and I wanted to get out and get some fresh air. And I can always take a motor taxi back. I don't have to walk all the way. Speaking of,